Company of Heroes, 2013. The Red Army and the Allies had surrounded Germany by Christmas 1944. To destroy Germany's adversaries, Hitler promised to unleash a superweapon. In the latter stages of World War II, American soldiers from the 2nd Infantry Division, conducting a routine mission near Elsenborn in the Belgian Ardennes, come into a surprisingly formidable German tank destroyer and infantry force. At this point, the Germans appeared to be on the verge of defeat. Leading the team are Sergeant Matheson, Sam Spruill, and Lieutenant Joe Conti, Neil McDonough. Christmas hams are to be delivered to the forward lines by Lieutenant Conti's unit, who feels that the Germans are out of offensive options in the Ardennes. The Americans try to return to their own lines to report the German surge after escaping a heavy combat. The Americans realized it was a column of Panzer tank formations, advancing directly on their division headquarters, not just a lone tank. Because they are not expecting any significant German counterattacks, the American forces would be annihilated if the tanks survive. They come upon a German experimental site en route that is still blazing hot following a terrible incident. It appears that a bomb test was attempted by the Germans, but the trigger broke. A few miles was the anticipated blast radius. They find that the Germans are nearing the invention of a super bomb that would allow them to reverse the course of the war and win. And they come across an American OSS operative who was horribly burned. A few miles was the anticipated blast radius. They find that the Germans are nearing the invention of a super bomb that would allow them to reverse the course of the war and win. And they come across an American OSS operative who was horribly burned. Aware of his impending death, the OSS agent requests the soldiers to finish his mission, which entails locating the bomb, neutralizing it, and freeing the scientist who is constructing it and wants to defect. Kestrel is a female contact they have on the expedition. He leads the way for them to locate the Stuttgart train. They are deep into Nazi territory, led by the inexperienced but more seasoned cook Dean Ransom, Tom Sizemore, who was demoted from lieutenant following the D-Day landings, and the youngest soldier, Nate Burroughs Jr., Chad Michael Collins, with their sergeant and other NCOs dead. Mimi Diachenko's character, Brent Willoughby, an escaped British airman, and Ivan Pujarski, a Red Army soldier, join them there. The Allies, hunted down and escorted by Lieutenant Schott, Philip Ram, manage a series of narrow escapes from a significantly larger contingent of highly armed Nazi soldiers. The men follow Ivan to the train yard, where they locate the Stuttgart train. Matheson offers to stay behind and stop Schott's Nazi group while the other soldiers board the train. They were given a ticket to the opera in Stuttgart by the OSS man, and Nate believes they will find their contact there. Ransom tells Nate that he ordered an airstrike on D-Day, but neglected to get his platoon out before the strike package arrived at its target. A platoon was completely destroyed, with 56 men lost. Nate and his soldiers managed to get past Schott, who was waiting with his forces at the Stuttgart station. 4 individuals in all make it out alive. The gang robs German soldiers of their uniforms by attacking a tavern. After that, they have unrestricted access to the city. The group eventually gets in touch with Melia Kreiling's character, Kestrel, who serves as both their link to the atomic weapon and Dr. Luca Grunewald, the scientist, Jürgen Prochnow. One crew member is supposed to sneak inside the lab where Luca works, thanks to Kestrel's arrangement. According to Kestrel, the trigger mechanism malfunctioned in the first atomic bomb prototype, which led to its failure. Now that Luca has completed the trigger mechanism, the bomb will be in the hands of SS the next day. The SS will murder Luca if the second bomb goes off. When everyone is asleep at night, Ivan tries to take Kestrel's copy of the lab blueprints for the atomic weapon. She works as Lua's assistant. When he gets discovered by Nate, Ivan declares that he wants his nation to be wealthy. At gunpoint, Ivan removes the plans. Upon Nate's warning, the others realize they need to reach Luca before Ivan does. The crew is led by Kestrel to Luca, inside the lab, where they discover the bomb has already been defused. As they battle their way out of the lab, their ammunition quickly runs out. Just as Schott and his soldiers are about to execute the crew, Ivan attacks the firing squad and murders every single one of them. As the Allied bombs destroy the Nazi base, the group ultimately succeeds in getting out of there. Taking the study documents from Grunewald with him, Ivan fled. In an effort to reach a compromise, Ivan takes the atomic bomb blueprints, while Nate keeps Luca and the truck with the second bomb prototype. Safely entering Allied-controlled territory are the team, Dr. Grunewald, and Kestrel. In order to protect the secrets of the atomic bomb, Nate and his team are informed by their superiors that they will not be rewarded or acknowledged for their efforts.